So hey guys, first off I want to say that it's an honor to be presenting to all of you, and I'm extremely excited and proud to introduce to you our product and company, Glide, the first ever completely silent vacuum cleaner. My name is Noah Feng, and I want to introduce you to my team. This over here, he is Horace, this is Andre, and this is Jordan. So I want you guys to imagine a situation. You're at your house and your baby is finally asleep. Your dog is asleep and your cat is asleep. And after all this chaos, you finally realize your parents are coming over tomorrow and your house is a mess. So how do you get rid of this cat hair, this dog hair, this baby hair off the floor? How do you get rid of this oil stains off the wall? Well, do you pull out your Mr. Clean magic eraser? Although it's not magic, no, you pull out your Glide, the noiseless vacuum cleaner, and you can clean without waking up your entire family. So we created this product because there is a current issue with the modern day vacuum cleaners, that they sound like extras from 300. They're super loud. Over here in the first picture, this is the vacuum cleaner that I actually grew up with. This is the type of vacuum cleaner where you could be vacuuming, so like, and your mom would say, hey honey, you missed a spot. And I would reply, what? Because I couldn't hear it. In the next two pictures, I have, these two are the two most quietest vacuum cleaners on the market currently, by Dyson and Electrolux respectively, and they run around 65 to 70 decibels loud. Considering that normal human speech is 70 decibels, it is considerably loud. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to our solution. And I have Horace over here describing the anatomy and science behind it.
All right, so our technology is based on something very simple, a very simple phenomenon. So imagine you're out of the house for 2 or 3 days. You come back and you see your TV filled with dust, or maybe your laptop screen. So obviously you have to clean it, as seen up here, clean me, right? And this is a nuisance. However, we want to take this technology and this phenomenon and instead put it into our vacuum cleaner to change it from a nuisance into a beneficial aspect. So our vacuum cleaner will have the electrostatic charges. So electrostatic charges is like charges will repel, for example, negative, negative, and opposite charges will attract, which is negative and positive. So what we want to do is we want to have a positive charge running through our vacuum cleaner into metal strips in the bottom with 2 glass so that it can conduct a positive charge since dust is negatively charged. So after we collect the dust, we have to have a way to throw it away, obviously. So as you can see up there, we can switch the charges into a negative charge. So this negative charge will be able to repel the dust and we can throw it away anywhere, outside, in the trash can. So based on this technology, we actually created a survey and we went around asking, and Andre will introduce you.
So we surveyed about 70 people to be able to compare the Glide model as well as our potential competitor Dyson. So the first question that we asked them is that, would they pay $150 for the cheapest Dyson model? And less than half the people said that they would. And then we asked the same question except for the Glide vacuum, introducing the silent factor. That number skyrocketed to over 75%. And then additionally, we asked people how much they would pay for the Glide vacuum compared to the Dyson vacuum. So most people decide that they would pay around the same price to around $50 more. So using that, we determined the competitive price around $175. And finally, we asked consumers if they would pay, if they would replace their current vacuum model with the Glide vacuum today. And most people said yes. So even though this product isn't in production yet, the interest is certainly there. So I'm going to pass it over to Jordan for finances.
Since our company is mainly a research and development company, we'd be going to governments to get grants. We'd be going to venture capitalists to see if they would want to invest in our company. And we'd be doing crowdfunding, so like going to mommy blogs and seeing if they would want to invest in our company, as this would greatly improve the quality of their life. When going to the government and venture capitalists, we'd be asking for about $200,000 for the first year, and 80% of that budget would go towards our research and development, and that would include developing our product, paying the engineers, and actually making the vacuum. And the rest of the budget would go towards everything else, such as advertising, as we want to get our name out. And the second year, we'd start to sell our product, which would be the vacuum, because in the first year, we want to focus on actually developing the product and making sure it's nice and sound. And in our second year, we'd have a lot less expenses. For example, in our research and development, because we wouldn't have to develop it anymore, it's a final product. We just want to keep it maintained So that's why we still have some budget in the research and development.
So for the marketing, we're gonna start with social media. As Jordan mentioned, we're gonna have to spend a lot of money on research and development, and since it's still in the development stage, we don't wanna spend too much money getting our product out there, but we still wanna get it out there. So we're gonna start with social media, such as YouTube ads, Google ads, Facebook ads. This will help get our product out there without spending too much money. And our target audience is going to be housewives and homeowners. So housewives and homeowners, as we saw in Noah's representation, would have the best efficiency while using this, and it would impact their lives the greatest. And another good thing about our target audience is that, as Jordan mentioned, there's something called mommy blogs. So mommy blogs is actually really prominent in the community, and it really outsources to a lot of their friends. And this allows us to get our name out there. And in the future, we hope to go to infomercials and eventually retail, as that's the best way to sell vacuums.
All right, so I want to talk about our future. I want to talk about where we can take this technology, and I want to talk about where we can see ourselves in 20 years. So in the most foreseeable future, we can see us developing harnesses for drones and basically vacuuming the sky. And we can sell these to private corporations such as construction sites. And they could have drones flying in the air as they work, helping to clean the area and clean the environment in general. We could also sell this to polluted countries such as England, such as China, helping them with their smog problem. This is a very far future plan, but presently, our plan is to actually develop this product. Our plan is so that I could buy a vacuum cleaner that I could take home, and while I vacuum, my mom could ask me, hey son, did you miss a spot? And I could say, no, I didn't. So thank you for your time, thank you for your attention, and thank you for listening.
Hi, great presentation, very entertaining. What do you do about larger sort of particulate matter, so like something that's not dust? Because my Dyson will pick up broken glass and the cookie that my baby left on the floor. And,
Sir, that's a great question, and it's actually a question that stumped us for a while. But after some research, we found there's something called electrospray. So it's the same technology used in aerosol cans that makes the perfume stick to the dust in the air. Basically, it's basically liquid with electric charge, and we believe that after some research, if we can incorporate this into our product. As in, we have a separate spray where we can spray onto crumbs or spray onto glass pieces, and this will allow the vacuum cleaner to pick this up too.
And also, you know, right now there's a Swiffer where if you press a button, it just sprays it out. So we could also incorporate it into the vacuum itself so that it's a lot more reliable and efficient.
Okay, so you presented a business model with some expectations of the financing you would need. How much do you actually think it'll cost to make a unit of one of these things? 'Cause I saw rent pricing going down in year 1 and year 2, and you're gonna get mommy blog investment. But for making a hardware product, do you have any idea if you can actually sell it for around $175 per unit?
So we estimated that it would cost around $50 to make per unit, as it's some pieces of glass, and we have silver in it as the conductor, and then we have a plastic rod that you mold it, and then you use some material to combine it all together.
So when we researched that, because we were actually stumped on this yesterday, because we were wondering if a question like this would be asked. So we researched this, and then we saw that all the materials, everything that we believe would be needed for the product would cost only around $50, and that's actually using very high quality, high material stuff, which we obviously want to provide. So like that, and I believe you asked how we know we could sell this for $175.
Yeah, just
Okay.
that, thinking through that process of
All
even.
right, so as Andre mentioned, we did a survey, and that survey was, so we had a question that said, the Dyson question. It was, showed a Dyson handheld vacuum, and it was $150 for that vacuum. And so all our questions were virtually based around that one, and as Andre mentioned, more than 70% were willing to buy it, and there were more than 50% were willing to buy over the original price for the Dyson, which was $150. So we made a conservative estimate of $175.
what does the Swiffer cost?
The Swiffer is a lot cheaper, but it only cleans very little things, and once you use one of the sheets, you have to throw it away, or you have to throw it in the washing machine, which, let's be realistic, nobody does. So therefore, like each one costs about $20, I believe. So if you keep using it, then you're gonna accumulate a lot more money than if you bought one of these.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.